So, kicking off with some Abzan mid-range, we made a couple of small edits to the list that the person submitted to me. We added some ramp creatures. There's a lot of 5 and 6 mana cards, 4, 5, and 6 mana cards in this deck. I guess there actually technically aren't any 5 mana spells in this deck, and not having any Vivians might be a mistake. Let's dive in and play some games and see how we feel about it. Yeah, Eternal card game is like Fisher Price Magic. It's like someone asked the question, what if we took Magic the Gathering and then stripped a bunch of stuff out of it so it works well on mobile? Really not a huge fan of Eternal. I felt like they sacrificed a lot of the strategy that Magic has in different ways for the sake of making the game play quickly. Do I play any non-card games off stream? Not recently. I played a little bit of Skyrim and a little bit of Overwatch here and there, but nothing super recently. Hey, Jane Cobb, thank you for the 8-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. This hand looks great with these ramp creatures. Sign me up. Yeah, this is going to be the last deck of the day. So probably play this for about an hour or so. Yeah, if you want to play anything super competitively, there's definitely a lot of things to track playing different games. Warhammer TCG is definitely my favorite non-Magic card game, and it's not close. That game's really well done. Beast Mini Koopa, have a good one. Bring back Knife Cat. What's going on, Beetle? Thanks for the biddies. So there's been a couple different, when I said Warhammer TCG, people are familiar with older ones. There's been a couple different Warhammer card games over the years, and they just released a new one over the summer that's being made by a company called PlayFusion. Post Warhammer deck lists on my website. I don't have that many Warhammer deck lists is the problem. I play the Warhammer game very casually. It's like what I play when I'm walking on the treadmill at the gym. And I basically only play like 1 or 2 decks. Inked Gaming Founder with the brand new tier 1 sub, and then a bunch of very generous sub gifts there. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Inked Gaming Founder. Otherwise, is that probably safe to assume you're related to Inked Gaming? Thank you very much for the support. I appreciate it. You're one of my oldest sponsors. Y'all are great. Yeah, it looks like the actual Inked Gaming account. They do great stuff. You can find some of my own custom playmats use their stuff on my website. Happy holidays to you too. Thank you. I probably should have played my tapped plan there, right? Rather than playing an untapped plan. I guess I could just play this as a 3-4 or a 4-3. Yeah, actually, I can play this out as just a 4-3, and then I can pick Ripjaw Raptor back up. Merry Christmas, Morgan Gordon. Thank you very much for the 6-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. These are my fatty booms. So, it turns out that playing in the traditional events doesn't guarantee that we're not going to play against bulk cards. In games of Magic like this, they're just like, I just almost feel a little bit bad, right? Like, we're just like likely to win because our card quality is just much higher than theirs. Why does Twitch feel it is necessary to say whether a sub is a $1 sub or a Prime sub? To let the Twitch streamer know how much the sub is for, most likely, I'd assume. So I don't actually maintain the Stream Decker website, Guzzer. So if you're hitting an issue with the Stream Decker website, I encourage you to report the bug to their folks. They're usually pretty responsive on Twitter. Does the streamer receive different benefits from a normal sub or a Prime sub? So Prime subs on the streamer's end are identical to a $4.99 sub. So the tier 1 sub and a Prime sub are the same. Paladin of the Bloodstained. Create a 1/1 lifelink. I don't play limited, so I'm seeing a lot of these cards for the first time. Like, that's a new Magic card. I haven't seen that one before. Smush. Smush. That's true. Saying it's a Prime sub does advertise Prime. It's a really good point. So we'll get to Memorial, pick back up the Carnage Tyrant next turn. We are flooding a little bit here, but our card quality is high enough that it probably doesn't matter. Death Touch, Lifelink, other legendary creatures you control get 2/2. That's pretty good. Good luck tomorrow. Blood Angel, thank you very much for the 3-month resub. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Hey, Dub, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. God bless Twitch Prime. I likely wouldn't be employed here without Twitch Prime. Whenever people stream on non-Twitch platforms, I'm always like, man, do you know about Twitch Prime? So this costs 5, so Ritual of Soot doesn't kill this. Ritual of Soot seems really awkward in our deck with tiny creatures.
You do not have to fight alone. Strength is born of struggle.
Yeah, and I feel bad too, right? Because like when players come in with their intro cards and they play against a deck like ours that's like fully decked out and like has no budget restrictions in it, it really makes Magic feel like it's pay to win, right? Yeah, definitely. Even if you don't want to send your Prime sub my way, you should definitely go out and run and give it to somebody. It's like taking money from a giant corporation and giving it to a smaller person making content. I don't know, figure it out. Life of a part-time nerd, thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. No, I replaced small creatures with other creatures, Boz. So these were Pulp Collectors. It's Banana. Thank you very much for the Twitch Prime. Welcome. Oh, that had lifelink too. I was like, See if they pick back up like the soldier here or not. If they pick the soldier back up, I'll probably Ritual of Soot and hit them for 5 next turn. Block seemed fine. Training with the Carnage Tyrant is good. They do have a lot of Death Touch creatures, it looks like, though, which lets them kill my big dumb dinos. Yep, so my next turn is going to be Ritual of Soot, kill both your blockers, Ripjaw, kill Johnny. Amazon's the devil. Well, you're making Amazon money by watching Twitch, so maybe your principles, if you really genuinely think Amazon's the devil, aren't as strong as you think they are. I don't know, just saying. How does Twitch Prime? Actually, there's no more fees. So if you have Amazon Prime and you link your Amazon account to your Twitch account, you automatically get Twitch Prime for free with that. Amazon does own Twitch. So that's all interconnected. I think I have a Prime command. Yeah, if you click there, you can link your accounts, and then you get a free sub every month to someone's channel here on Twitch. That's true. You also get free games through Twitch. As a new player, net decking is how I'm learning. Why do people hate net decking? People hate most of the people who are anti-net decking are people who want to feel special and want an excuse for why their bad deck that they're trying to play isn't good. People who are going to be negative towards you because you took a deck off the internet aren't people that are worth interacting with. Not everybody enjoys games in different ways. And it's okay if you like starting with other people's decks. It's also okay if you like brewing. I love brewing, it's a lot of fun, but not every person's gonna enjoy every game in the same way as everybody else. It's okay for different people to like different things. Yeah, this is my last deck of the day, Matt. Probably gonna be going for another 45 minutes to an hour or so. Oh, calm down, Arena. Calm down. Right on time, Llanowar Elves. I don't think I've ever seen this magic card before. This, also a new one. People get mad about net decking because if net decking is this bad thing, they lost to someone who's cheating or doing a bad thing when their bad brew loses to an established deck. They want to cop out to give themselves validation for why their idea isn't bad. The opponent is just doing something that's unfair. So I'm actually not going to block this because they have Moment of Craving in their deck, and I'd rather not trade my Shalai for Child of Night plus Moment of Craving. That's also true too. The only thing Magic players like more than playing Magic is complaining about Magic. Rude. I'm glad MTGA to finally find MTGA plays more than one type of deck. Yeah, so basically everything I play on stream is a viewer submitted deck, and generally I cycle through decks every 90 minutes or so. So you can always expect to see a new deck coming up on my stream every hour and a half or so. So like in a 6 to 8 hour stream, I'll play 4 or 5 different decks. And if you enjoy my stuff and want to see a lot of different decks, you can check out my website too. Basically, everything I stream gets archived there, and I cut them all up by decks. You can scroll through and find just the decks that you think sound interesting. I would like to shock this in and play a big angry dinosaur. Roar. This game's probably a good example that your health total in Magic isn't a scoreboard; it's a resource. So. Hey, YetRP, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for supporting my content here. What if they just have like 4 more copies of this and we get burned out? That'd be kind of embarrassing. Demand for specific cards could be inflated as a result. Yeah, secondary markets suck. That's why Arena's great. There's no secondary market nonsense. I agree. Getting priced out of a card that you really want to play because it did well at a tournament feels bad. Thanks, A. Yeah, it always annoys me. Like, I watch Twitch content too, and I always find it annoying when someone like doesn't have their stream title updated. It's like, well, what are you playing? Why are you playing it? Probably just hold on to that for a hot second. Memorial to Folly. I could like Finality plus play Llanowar Elves this turn, but like they could probably play more poopy creatures out. And at that point, I'd rather still have a Finality. Arena has its own market issues too, kinda. The economy is always the same. So like you don't get priced out of specific cards, it's just like you have to pay money to get things. Yeah, that's the worst clacker. I always feel like I'm cheated Holy crap, I missed the donation. Thank you. Ghost Quarters are regularly fetch lands. Kadaltha, thank you for the support. I appreciate it. Red Horse, happy to get that added to the queue. I need to probably add a notification in my own headphones for when donations happen. So the Grixis Niv Mizzet deck started to feel a little bit mediocre, so I pulled it off my website. Might as well attack with all of these. Yeah, I agree, Ricard. I think the arena economy is actually very reasonable and generous once they get rid of once they solve the 5th card issue. I think the 5th card issue is the one thing that really mucks it up. As of right now, there are no plans for Arena to ever introduce Modern. Yeah, the vault progress is a bad joke. Yeah, you can find all my decks on my Stream Decker page. Always do my best to be pretty organized around here. You'll also be able to find it later on my YouTube channel in the video description. This will be a pretty good finality next turn. It says Vigilance too. Gross. Well, I appreciate that, Sarnock. Thanks for shipping that this way this month. Yeah, I'm super excited for the new non-rotating format when it hits next fall. That sounds great. It's the final countdown. Goodbye, friends. Now, I'm really not sure, Wafer Lord. The last time we played it, we just, like, kept losing to most things, and it felt really bad. How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'd like to thank everybody for hanging out here today. My name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here for 30, 40, 50 hours most week, although I will be taking a little bit of time off for the holiday next week. If you enjoy my stuff, please consider subscribing to my channel. My subscribers are the people that keep me employed here full-time. I wouldn't be here day in and day out without their wonderful support. Past subscribing, you can also support my stuff by checking out some of my very wonderful sponsors. Harry's Razors would love to help you get that close, clean shave using code Jeff Hoagland at bit.ly/Hoogleshave. You can save $5 on your brand new starter kit with them. Remember, just because you like playing the degenerate decks doesn't mean you need to look like it. Cardsphere.com will love to help you turn your cards into other cards directly for their players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. InkedGaming.com will love to help you customize your gaming experience using code Jeff12. You can save 12% on custom playmats, mousepads, binders, and bags with them. You can upload your own custom artwork or choose from the wide range of custom artwork that they have on their website, plus such as my wonderful Hoaglandia branded merchandise. And speaking of, welcome everyone to Hoaglandia. I know there's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. I appreciate you choosing to spend part of your Monday here with us. Hope all y'all had a good weekend. Remember, if you're enjoying yourself and you're new, to hit that follow button. It doesn't cost you anything. It lets you know when I go live and with what. My sponsors are well represented. They get a solid chill once an hour. Once per hour we get a short commercial here at Hoaglandia. Wafer Lord, not Water Lord. Thanks for the brand new Prime. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, the Harry's Razors are great. Actually need to clean my neck beard up myself. I'm getting a little my Linux user is showing. We've got a little bit of neck beard going on. I'm trying to be the human personification of Griselbrand. What's the old joke? How do you know when you meet a Linux user? They'll tell you. Of course, I'm using Linux chat. Linux is great. If I walk into a tournament with Griselbrand but without my neck beard, how will people know they're about to die on turn 2? It's a good question. Well, double card, like, these cards aren't very good against Jeskai, but like double Carnage is probably pretty good. Feel a little bit bad about jamming the Vraska to have them untap and play Karn. This is probably Similar to Gerard Fabiano's Jeskai Nexus deck, he was playing 2 copies of Karn in his deck at the Invitational. Yeah, so it's not just opening packs. So Arena also has a system that are called wild cards that lets you craft specific cards that are exactly what you want. So you can, and as you buy packs, you get wild cards. Yeah, OBS is fully cross-platform.
I am not. Hurry.
Gray Ogre got a downgrade here. We got Ravenous Chupacabra. I tried to get started with Linux a few times, but certain applications run as always hindered. Any suggestions for resources to get started with that? Well, I mean, the honest answer is that, like, if the applications you need to run don't work on Linux, you probably shouldn't use Linux. You should use whatever operating system is going to let you get your work done. Like, the couple of Windows-specific applications that I use, like, you know, Arena and stuff like that, they run well through the software compatibility layer called Wine. So they work A-OK for me. It's possible that they have a syncopate here. And if they, well, so like, while they could have a syncopate here or a main deck negate, the chances of them having a 3-mana counter are much higher. So I'd like to stick Vraska this turn while they're less likely to have a counter spell, because next turn, Carnage Tyrant is going to resolve guaranteed, right? It is garbage. The vault is bad. They know it's bad. They're working on getting rid of it. They are not working on getting rid of it fast enough.
The choices we make reveal who we are.
Have an eye and eyes. If you buy the welcome bundle, is that enough to put Mono Blue together? Should be enough for most of it. I guess that depends. I actually don't know. Don't listen to me. I don't actually know that for certain. This doesn't kill planeswalkers. It kills artifact, creatures, and enchantments. God, if this card downticked to kill planeswalkers, it'd be so busted. Welcome to Thunderdome. Ah! I think Teferi's a fine card. It's obviously very strong, but that strength is an important part of this format that has a lot of good archetypes in it. There's cards like Teferi that prop up control and make it powerful. There's cards like Adanto Vanguard that prop up aggro and make them powerful. Everyone getting to play with lots of powerful cards is one of the things that makes this format really good. Reverse! Reverse, reverse! Reverse, reverse! They did not, the vault still exists, it's just hidden until you unlock it. They are going to be getting rid of it at some point.
How convenient. An excellent choice.
So I probably want to kill Teferi rather than Karn here. I'm going to concede if they cast Nexus of Fate. I'm actually going to send this one at their dome.
Too old for this. Time for plan B.
I wonder if I'm supposed to kill the Karn, because guaranteed getting Deafening Clarion means a second Clarion or an expansion lets them kill my board next turn. If they kill my board, I'm probably not going to win this game. That's the second white source. Woof. How dead are my dinosaurs? The problem is that, like, while it's playing into a sweeper, I, like, can't give them infinite time with a bunch of planeswalkers, right? Like, planeswalkers plus Azcanta are gonna bury me. I need to pressure them to, like, end the game. Main deck Lyra. Okay.
Are you certain of your decision?
Yeah, Lyra is beatable. For sure. I think I just go upstairs, right? Just like Operation Ignore the Card. They didn't chump block. Is it worth it to play Carnage Tyrant this turn? Hey, Daham, thanks very much for the brand new Prime support. Welcome, welcome. So this is going to block a Carnage Tyrant and put them to 10. And then they're going to take 7, 2, and 2. So if they have any removal spell for this, these aren't lethal next turn through this. They have an Ionize. They're going to counterspell my Find Finality. If they had a sweeper, they wouldn't have played Lyra last turn. But I guess they're getting looks with Azcanta. I don't know, they're like almost certain to have removal spell, right? And like, again, like, do I like let them live through another removal spell? Oh, 7 plus 2 plus 2 is 11. You are right, math is hard. Counting is hard. They found a Revitalize though, so now they're not. Now that's not happening. So this plays around Revitalize in a block, I guess. The dude with Karn doesn't really matter. These have Menace and Carnegie Hall, right? If this is something close to, I guess, I'm pretty sure Fabiano's list did not have main deck Lyra. So this would imply that they're not playing Fabiano's list. I mean, it does play around it. I wasn't accounting for it, but it does play around it, so it's worth mentioning. All right, are we done here? Welcome to Big Dumb Dino Town. Yeah, I agree with you, Wafer Lord. I think as Arena gets older, the stat of how many people want best of 1 versus best of 3 is going to change. As the free-to-play players get larger collections and are able to play more game modes, they're probably going to move along into the lower variance formats. Deploy the Death Lizards! Get them. Get them. Death Lizards are everywhere. All right, 4 Duress, Extra Tyrant, Find, Ixalan's Bindings. Chupacabra's pretty mediocre. Golgari Queen's kind of mediocre. Cast Down's very mediocre. Knight of Autumn's probably not amazing. Drawing all 3 of our Carnage Tyrants, game 1 confirmed good. Having all your Carnage Tyrants confirmed, excellent. Why would I want scriptures in this matchup? Oh, I left Ritual of Soot in. Ritual of Soot should be boarded out. Yeah, I missed that one in the middle. That's a big mistake. I'm excited to draw 2 Ritual of Soots this game and be thoroughly punished. That should be just like literally any other card. Even Ravenous Chupacabra is better than Ritual of Soot. When you could draft against people instead of bots, more drafter who want to be the best, who want best of 3 will migrate from a result. Maybe. A lot of the people that play Magic on Magic Online do it because Magic Online is online gambling. There's a lot of people who like literally cash paychecks out of Magic Online twice a month. Because like you can turn your tickets into dollars. And like those people who want to use the application as online gambling are never going to be able to do that on Magic Arena because it's a closed economy. Yay, Ritual of Soot. Who's a big dumb stupid? I'm gonna bin that, looking for land. Maybe I'm supposed to play a tapped land here instead of the elf because I'm gonna get Clarion next turn and be sad. Meandering River, nice magic card. Interesting. Search and Treasure Cove, or Treasure Map. Rare wild cards are better than I did accidentally keep it on top. Sorry. And the reason for that is I actually tweeted about this. The Explore interface and the Search for Azcanta interface are backwards. So like the discard a card for Explore and discard a card for Azcanta are on different sides. So when you're used to playing with one mode, or one of those two things, it can be awkward with the other one. Blink of an eye, that's awkward. Real shame I don't have a land here. I guess they also don't have a land, so that's good for me. So my muscle memory got me there. Sorry, mythic wildcards versus rare wildcards. Mythic wildcards are actually much better when your collection's full. Once you have a full set of dual lands, mythic wildcards are much more valuable most of the time. Like right now, for instance, I have $1,200 into Magic Arena, and I have 50 rare wildcards right now sitting in my collection. I have 0 mythics. With MTG growing as an esport, do you see gambling on matches becoming more popular? Definitely. People love to gamble on stuff. Yeah, definitely, Jason. That's a thing that happens now too. Bot chains make money doing that. Completing foil sets and then getting them printed and selling them in paper. All right, onward, upward, backward, forward to the 2-win bracket. What do you think of 2 Ral instead of 2 Search for Azcanta? Well, those cards do different things. So, like, they... Kind of, I guess. They both generate card advantage in the long game, but Search for Azcanta adds a lot of consistency to your deck in the early game, which is valuable. Double Carnage Tyrant, double Midnight Reaper. Probably not good against turn 1 basic mountain. Good against turn 2 missed land drop, though. Most things A-okay against turn 2 no land drop. Look at this. Look at this incredibly skill-based game we call Magic the Gathering. Isn't it exciting? This intellectual challenge my opponent and I are embarking on. Thank you for the Bant Walls. The Bant Walls deck is a lot of fun. It's a good old times. That was one of those decks where, like, when we were like 4 matches in, I was like, this is way more competitive than I thought it was going to be. Perfect. We've run a bunch of lands off here. With them stumbling, our curve should be more than adequate. Yeah, you can find all of the decks that I've streamed in the past on my Stream Decker page. You can also find stuff on my YouTube channel. It's a Bant Walls deck back of the queue. Genuinely don't know offhand. You have to look at the queue page on my website. The queue updates and changes regularly. Oh, did they keep 7? I didn't notice that they kept 7 or not. Yeah, they definitely punted if they missed their second land and keeping 7. I just assumed they went to 6 because keeping 7 would be kind of silly. Probably just going to Chupacabra this next turn to use my mana. They've been a radical idea. See if they find another lava coil. They went to 6. Okay. Yeah, that makes more sense. Keeping a speculative 6 is often fine. He's dead, Jim. I would love to draw a card. Arrgh. Give him the eyes, Choopy. Stare deep into their soul. Let them know what they're worth. Midnight Reaper is very, very good. Just like the fact that it says draw a card is so obscene. So, probably going to Vraska down tick here. Gobble, gobble. I low-key think that walls can be competitive, but that's probably my own wishful thinking. Slaughter the Strong is really good. Yeah, if like, you could always have Arcadas in your hand, the deck's really good, but like some of the draws without Arcadas just aren't good enough, I think, is the issue. All right, how many birds are over here? Looks like 2. They've been a second there? Yeah, they've been a second. All right, double bird here could get them in this game. I need to like kill my Vraska here. I do get to shove running Barneys down their throat, but with the cast down, running Barneys probably too much for them to raise. The double attack on Vraska is really good for us there. Roar. Big dumb dino. Boom, 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 boom. Probably gonna hold this cast down in case they try and double block me, or if they play a Drake with a what's it called? The haste card. There's what, 7 archetypes in the standard? There's at least 4 or 5 archetypes that are I would consider like tier 1, tier 1.5. Carnage Tyrant isn't hard to interact with. It just requires specific interaction. Basically, every color in the format has good ways to interact with Carnage Tyrant. Also, control players should just play more creatures. They have a hard time interacting with Carnage Tyrant. You know what kills Carnage Tyrant? A 10-4 flyer. That kills Carnage Tyrant. I don't want to play in this format without Carnage Tyrant existing. Jeskai Control is already one of the best decks in the format, and that's with Carnage Tyrant in the format. If there wasn't Carnage Tyrant, this format would just be like mono Steam Vent Control mirrors. Boop, boop. It feels bad losing your 4-mana spell that drew a card for their 6-mana card that didn't draw a card. I think that's the opposite, actually. I think that feels good. My 4-mana card that cantrip trading up for their 6-mana card sounds like a great exchange. Sign me up. That seems like you get the good end of that deal. I mean, they're not going to print a good 2-mana counterspell or a new. They're not going to print like actual counterspells. Like if they just print like new different 3-mana counterspells, it's really not a big deal. Does anyone here know a reasonable way to process MTGO match data from the history manually, Hippie? You gotta just comb through it yourself. Yeah, any unconditional counterspell has to be at least a cancel. We're dead to double shock here. But if they have 2 shocks, we are dead. Because this is 9 and that would be 4. Rough. Man, are we about to die here after they missed their land on 2? Alright, that's better for us. That's better. Alright, please be dead. Please concede. They're dead, right? This is 14 trample, and they have 6 plus 5. There's no reason to Finality. Why would I Finality? They're dead. You know, Thorn Elemental is one of those cards that kind of surprises me that it's not more popular in the current format. It's one of those cards that seems real good, but just like hasn't seen as much play as I thought it was going to. Seems pretty good. Do I want some Duresses in this matchup? Ripjaw Raptor is pretty mediocre. Direfleet Poisoner is another excellent answer to Carnage Tyrant, I agree. I mean, Thorn Lieutenant also, Thorn Lieutenant. Did I say Thorn Elemental? I meant Thorn Lieutenant. Thorn Lieutenant is a 2-drop. Seems fine. Not amazing, but fine. Is Scriptures good enough here? I feel like Scriptures is for like the green-black mirrors, rather than something like this. I was up too early today, chat. Declan o'clock rolled around about 5:30 this morning. Toddlers do not have senses of time. Alright, get rid of their answer to Midnight Reaper. I have no idea. Charmergoyf lists the card types that are valid for him. I'd recommend reading the card. It generally explains the card. I think Kinney hit the nail on the head in that that's awkward, missing double black. The Explorer creatures just tend to be better than Thorn Lieutenant. Could be in green-black decks like this one. Yeah, if you think counter spells are too good, you should try playing more 1-mana creatures. They're real good against counter spells. Like the white aggro deck we played today. Probably gonna give him the old Choops next turn. So Phoenix is coming back here. Just one Phoenix is not too terrible for us. We're taking 9 in the air down to 11. Yeah, if I would have been able to remove this turn, we'd have been in a good spot, but taking a hit from that even once is probably going to put us a little bit too far behind here. So kill this, crack you for 5. Next turn I can exile something with Vraska's Contempt. If they have another threat, I'm going to be probably too far gone, but if they don't have another threat this turn, this Contempt resolves will be fine. Sylvan Advocate was such a good card. Woof. That's things that aren't good for our hero. Yikes. I think the 4-color deck solves any of Crick's problem. I think it does a little bit, Waterford. Also, the card that really stood out to me in the 4-color Dragons deck was that Dragon's Horde was really good. So maybe if you want to try even straight Grixis, try Dragon's Horde a little bit. The addition of Deafening Clarion was pretty good, though. That was the big gain that we got from being in white. Yeah, Trancing Melody is a really good card. It's one of Blue-Red's best answers to a Danto Vanguard as well. Seems pretty reasonable here also. Woof. Alright, well, I'm glad the Electromancer's dead, so they won't make too many things with this. If they even make 2 tokens here, though, we're probably going to be too far gone. It depends on what you want to play. The number I have heard from most people is that $100 gets you basically any tiered deck in Standard. Except for maybe something like Grix or Red-White Angels that has a ton of mythics in it. But most... Alrighty then. Yeah, the price of decks in Magic Arena are dictated by how many mythics and rares they tend to use. Yeah, we're pretty dead here. Go ahead and move along. Just leaving the Phoenix in their hand to cast an attack with us is going to kill us here. I've had more than one person tell me that Jeskai can be got for $100, but I don't know that for certain. Again, I'm just reiterating what other people have told me. Yeah, that's another thing I've heard too, Hoopa. That once you have one constructed deck that's playable, it's very easy to farm into others. The glass thingy on my screen are what tips and donations fall into and bits and stuff like that. I think I just have to mulligan this. Yeah, so you have to buy cards in Arena. So you get the cards that you open out of the booster packs, but your booster packs, as you open them, also give you guaranteed wild cards. So those wild cards can be turned into whatever cards you want to make. Yeah, packs end up being about $1 each. So if you buy $100 worth of stuff, you get about 90 packs or so. And, like, obviously the tiered decks with less rares in them are cheaper to build, right? Like Mono Blue or something like that. Yeah, I changed some things before we started, Varvente. I pulled the curve down a smidge and added some accelerants to it, because the deck was very 4-drop heavy. So I cut the Pelt Collectors for Llanowar Elves. Right on time, Duress. What do you think the best decks to build with minimum rare wild cards are? I mean, it's easily just the Mono Blue deck. How was Amulet this morning? Amulet was okay. It was fine. I'm gonna play the white-red aggro deck tomorrow, though, I think. I need to sit down and think about what cards I wanted to have in it in a second, or after I'm done today. Sweet, I get to exile a Phoenix out of their bin here. That sounds great. Woof, their hand is good. I have an okay curve here myself, though. Like, the Deathgorge Scavenger is going to get to start shrinking their Enigma Drake, and then my Carnage Tyrant comes down next turn, so it's possible that I could just race them here. Yeah, Deathgorge Scavenger is a card that I've just been impressed with in this format in general. It's been a really good card out of the sideboard of the Jund Dinos deck we played as well. Blocks. So this turns us into a 4/3, so we can attack through the Crackling Drake. Yeah, we have been pretty good about hitting our colors so far. So worth noting that Crackling Drake does not get smaller as we exile things. He counts exile and the graveyard, but the Enigma Drake does shrink a bit here. We're gonna hit for like 8 in the air, so we need to draw a live one here. We need like a copy of Finality. Does Vraska's Contempt save us? Chupacabra. Chupacabra technically saves me here. So I can Chupacabra, and then I can kill Crackling Drake, and then Deathgorge Scavenger can eat Crackling Drake. So if they have Stone Cold Nothing, we could survive here. So if they have a shock, or if they have just two instants and sorceries to cast for the Enigma Drake, we're gonna die. But I feel like if they had instants and sorceries to cast, they would have played them last turn. We streamed with the deck that I'm thinking about playing tomorrow, the second deck list we played today. It'll be up on my YouTube channel later, and you can find that on my Stream Decker page now. It's pretty stock white splash red aggro. Just like mono white weenie with heroic reinforcements beat down. Yeah, that's probably lethal. Yep. That doesn't surprise me too much. Normal green-black mid-range tends to have a hard time with its Drakes matchup, and this deck is kind of a more clunky version of green-black. Let's queue up one more match here. We're currently 2-1 before we call it a day. Thanks everyone for hanging out today. I do appreciate it. This is going to be my last one. I started a little bit earlier today, so I've already been live for 7 hours, so starting to drag a little bit. Yeah, I just flew across the country to like lose a bunch with my pet deck, so I'm gonna play a real deck tomorrow. There's like every deck I tried to play couldn't beat the white-red aggro deck, so it's just like good at running people over. How much to get you to play 4-color control tomorrow? $500. This deck does not have any double white cards in it. You can find the deck list by typing !deck in chat. Tomorrow is a $10,000 streamer invitational tournament. Yeah, the unranked best of 3 is not producing good matches. Since they got rid of the best of 3 ladder, it's just a bunch of newer players playing with cards that they own. I think that GPs and SCG will need to compete with online tournaments. I would bet a significant amount of money that in the next 5 or 10 years at most, Grand Prix will slowly be phased out as major tournaments because digital is just going to be way more accessible and popular. You came up with that number way too quickly? Nah, I mean, it's like, so the tournament's like 250 to top 16, and like I probably have a good chance to top 16 with humans, or the white aggro deck. I believe it's twitch.tv/Twitch Rivals. Yeah, Magic Fest. Sorry, Grand Prix don't exist anymore. They're Magic Fests. Thank you, geez. Know the lingo, chat. Don't you understand what you're talking about? Yeah, everybody streaming in the event is required to stream on a 5-minute delay. So the quality of my content tomorrow during the event is going to be incredibly low. It's probably going to be me sitting quietly playing Magic the Gathering for you. So if you will probably want to watch the main channel rather than watching me. I'm going to be focused on playing Magic well, as opposed to talking about what I'm doing and reading chat. Chat is going to be minimized and off screen. In fact, because there's a delay, there's not even going to be a chat on screen tomorrow while I'm doing that. You know, Jeff imitating other streamers. Yeah. I know what people come here for is my level of interaction a lot, so sorry that that's going to be lower for tomorrow, but I just want to give myself a chance to do well. That's unfortunate. Twitch.tv/Twitch Rivals. And it'll be in my stream title tomorrow where you can find it. Yeah, so there's no spectator mode in Magic Arena, so I assume that the way they're casting the matches, that they're going to recast people who are streaming it, because everybody in the tournament is a Twitch streamer. Does the Deckmaster extension work with the delay? I bet it doesn't. In fact, I'm probably going to have to turn it off, because you'll be able to ghost people through their Deckmaster extension. Wow, okay, I should probably post that in the Discord in case other people haven't thought about that, because I definitely hadn't thought about that. Deckmaster is working now. It says it's connected and fine. That's true, yeah. Feel free. If you do want to support my content, please have my stream up tomorrow to help with my viewer count. And if I do scrub out of the tournament, I'll be streaming normal stream after it. Don't give Alex Burton CD my ideas. No, it's basically impossible to interact with the delay, Gengar. That's what I was just talking about, is that I will explicitly not be very interactive during the stream. I'm just going to be me streaming playing Magic. In fact, I'm not even sure if I'm going to put a webcam up. I might just do like a silent play good Magic stream. This is a pretty good churn. Gobble gobble. Consider it done. Yeah, Magic's got a lot of variance in it. I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna play a good deck, I'm gonna try and play good Magic. We'll see where we go from there. I wonder if I'm supposed to sacrifice one of these here to try and get one extra draw. There's between 32 and 64 competitors tomorrow. I don't know exactly how many. I don't think they've posted a final list yet. I don't know all the details, chat. I don't have all of them. They've been really slow with getting all the details out to everybody. I'm just showing up when I'm told to show up and putting my stream on. No, ranked is only best of one. From my understanding, their event is just like very last minute. Not that I'm complaining. No, there's no price splits. Besides, even if there were, nobody would split the full 10K. That's not how people work. Yeah, their main channel is going to be having casters doing commentary. The feature where you get to hover over cards on the screen is called It's a Digital Magic Client from This Decade. And yes, it's awesome. I think MTGO could be improved. MTGO has been improved. It's called Magic Arena. Welcome. Please enjoy your stay. And the people that are like, can they fix Magic Online? And then are like, I don't like Magic Arena. I just don't get it. They did fix Magic Online. It's called Magic Arena. Please enjoy. It's wonderful. I think we're dead here. Restricts matchup seems really bad. Knight of Autumn has just felt really awkward. I feel like this deck's just a bad green-black deck. I feel like we messed up the mana in green-black and didn't really add any meaningful cards to it. Knight of Autumn and Shalai don't feel like they solve problems that this archetype has. Hey, Barbaric Bits, thanks for the 7 months. Welcome back, I appreciate it. Blue-Black Pirates is generally a little bit ahead against most iterations of Golgari. The lower to the ground builds of Golgari can be a little bit harder, but any of the bigger ones you tend to run over. Seems fine. The decks that tend to beat up on Golgari are decks that can go way over the top of them. So really greedy decks like Ali Andrazi's Chromatic Black deck or Jeskai control decks that are built to hit it. Yeah, I agree, Statistician. It's just like the Knight of Autumn has been a bad Jadelight Ranger almost every time we've drawn it. Excellence Binding is fine here. I agree with that. But yeah, that's what I wasn't even thinking like, what did we cut from green black to fit this card in here? It definitely cut Jadelight Ranger. Am I gonna have full priority mode on the whole time tomorrow? That's actually one of the upsides to playing the mono white deck, Brad, is I have to bluff a whole lot less too. So there's value in that also. But I don't know about the whole time, but I'll definitely be using full control mode at several points, most likely. They have announced zero intention of backporting older formats to Magic Arena at this point. And honestly, I'd be very surprised if they wanted to. There was a certain point where the digital and paper teams started designing Magic cards together so that Magic cards could work well in digital. And there's a lot of older cards that just don't fit into the digital design space well. It's one of the reasons why Magic Online is so clunky. It's like trying to do something that they weren't designed to do. Chains of Mephistopheles is actually incredibly easy from a pro. Actually, that's not it at all. Like people that are saying Chains is complicated have like never written a piece of software, I would have to imagine. Like Chains is an incredibly simple card to program. It's literally a flowchart. It's super easy. I hope that Standard Plus also pretends Kaladesh never existed. Maybe they'll go back to like Shadows over Innistrad and just like skip Kaladesh and Amaket. Just like give us two older sets that just like skip over the bad ones in the middle. I wouldn't complain if that happened. So the thing about Magic is that one of the rules of Magic the Gathering is that if a Magic card and the rules contradict each other, the card always wins. That's why it's difficult to program a Magic rules engine, because there are a bunch of cards in the rules engine that say, no, the rules are going to work differently in this instance. That's where the complexity comes from. Feels bad, man. The fact that this thing's just like a 3... The fact that these Drakes are just like all X4s has been so brutal. It's already all programmed in Magic Online. Yep, and look how well that works. Lots of people will tell you how well MTGO works. Everybody loves Magic Online. It's so well put together. Well, poor Wall of Roots. I'm gonna concede to a Spell Pierce here. Probably a dive down as well. No, Arena and Magic Online are written in completely different things. Arena is written in Unity, which I believe is primarily C#, but don't quote me on that. And Magic Online is written in .NET. All right, so we went 2 and 2. Overall, I think this deck was a little bit disappointing. I feel like this deck was basically just bad green-black rock. I feel like if you're gonna add a color or do something similar to an established archetype, you need to distinguish yourself in some way. And this deck just felt like it cut cards from green-black rock that were good, like Jade Light Ranger, and put in Knight of Autumn that doesn't actively solve green-black cards or issues that green-black has as a deck. Pretty sick. Thank you very much for the brand new Prime support. That's going to be it for me for today, folks. I've been going for about 7.5 hours, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. I'll be back tomorrow at some time for the Twitch Rivals Tournament. I'm not 100% if I'm going to be streaming before it yet or not. I may or may not. I might do the gym tomorrow morning, though, but I'll definitely be live by 10 a.m. PST, which is noon Central, for the Twitch Rivals Tournament. Remember, if you want to see more content from me, head on over to my YouTube channel or my website, jeffhoagland.com, or Twitch or youtube.com/Jeff Hoagland. And if you're watching this video on YouTube in the future, be sure to like the video, ring that bell, and leave a comment down below.